I thought I'd do a little video about how to be sexy without a man. Because as you know, this is the year for me where I'm getting comfortable being single. So I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh, I've got my sexy back. And what I mean is I'm starting to feel sexy. I know there's always going to be some little dick in the comments that has a go at me, but I don't really care. I don't want this to be about weight. I want this to be about how to feel sexy as you are without losing weight. Because you can still work towards your goals and you can still be trying to get where you want to be weight-wise, but you shouldn't live in a kind of state as in, I will be only sexy once I've lost all this weight. I will only be sexy once I have a boyfriend. What I'm learning is that feeling sexy has to come from within, and it's a state that you feel without a partner. You can't rely on a partner to make you feel attractive. You can't rely on a partner to make you feel sexy. You can't even... That was not sexy. You cannot rely on a partner to even give you an orgasm. So I thought I'd talk about ways that can help you feel sexy. The first thing for me has been eating right. It's not even a weight loss thing, but I feel sexier when I eat right, when I eat the right foods, when I know I'm working towards my fitness goals, not even so much concentrating on weight. Because at the moment I tend to lose weight in cycles of every 2 weeks, and I used to get really down because obviously I'm trying really hard, but I wasn't losing weight every week. So I was like tracking it and realising that I was losing weight every 2 weeks. I've tried to take the pressure off what the scales say. No matter where I'm on my cycle, my weight's different. But for me, eating the right foods makes me feel sexy. If I eat pizza and Ben and Jerry's, I'm not exactly ready to go, if you know what I mean. So eating the right foods definitely has got me into a healthier mindset. Also for me, having nice underwear really helps. Even though nobody else is seeing it, I definitely feel different when I'm wearing nice underwear. And I mentioned Dita last week because I think she's just like the absolute queen. And I just like how she says that you should just wear underwear for yourself and you should just wear nice underwear no matter what the occasion. And during lockdown, I've kind of let my whole underwear like slip, and I've been wearing like mismatched stuff and not really caring. I want to really get into the habit of wearing nice underwear again, even though I'm not with anyone and I'm not seeing anyone. Wearing nice underwear for me, because I think once you're wearing nice underwear, or even when you're wearing nice clothes, you hold yourself better. You automatically become more confident. I know people say, well, it doesn't matter what you wear. Like, people should love me for me. I should be able to wear a onesie and a man should be able to fall in love with me. Well, that's all very well and good, but he has to be attracted to you in the first place. Not a lot of men are going to see a woman in a onesie with their hair up and think, oh yeah, she's really hot. You have to make a little bit of an effort to attract men. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's anti-feminist at all. Dressing up nicely for yourself and being confident is not going against feminism. It's not being a bad feminist to dress nicely for yourself, to put on nice underwear and be feminine. You can be like me, you can be a feminist, you can hold certain views, and you can still be feminine and be girly. I've got to get back into that really. Doing that for me, because at the moment if I meet someone, my underwear is definitely a bit shocking and I don't want to be in that situation, that Bridget Jones situation where I'm wearing like really awful pants. Also, I think it's important to learn as much as you can about sex. Even if you're not having sex, definitely learning about sex will get you in a sexy mindset and it will get you feeling more confident. The main YouTuber I watch that's really good is called Layla Martin, and she talks about sex and techniques and her content is really good, so I'll drop her name in the description. You should never really stop learning. There isn't really one technique that fits all. I think people get this idea that obviously every woman is different and it's harder to please a woman. But in the same way, men aren't all the same. Men like different things and there isn't just one technique that fits all. for men. I think that is a myth as well. I'm not like the sexpert here. There are a lot of sex educators on YouTube that give free advice, so definitely make use of that while you're single. Just because you're not having sex doesn't mean that you can't be listening to it, or no, don't ignore that advice. Doesn't mean that you should not be thinking about it. It doesn't mean that you should just shut yourself off sexually. Get into that mindset of learning about sex. Even if you don't want to have casual sex, that's not for everyone. I always get told off for saying that women don't like casual sex, because there are some women that do, and I have to get out this feeling that because I don't like to do it, all women don't like doing it. But that's not true. But if you don't want to, still learn about it. Number 4, do not underestimate having a sexy playlist, listening to songs that you like, even silly things like just dancing and being sexy. Just because I don't post shit on Instagram doesn't mean that I don't, dress up and listen to playlists or whatever. You can definitely get yourself into the mood by wearing nice underwear, being silly and just dancing. Don't underestimate listening to sexy music, getting yourself in that kind of feeling sexy, not for a man's sake. Sometimes women see being sexy as a performance for men, but you should really tap into just be sexy for your own sake. And even like taking nice photos, you don't have to put them on Instagram, but if you want to take some sexy photos of yourself, then you can, just to make you feel sexy. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just take photos of myself in the men are going to go apeshit. Sometimes I just take photos of myself in lingerie just to kind of see my fitness goals and where I am, and I just don't post that on Instagram. I just keep that for myself personally to just track my fitness progress. But yeah, just seeing myself in a sexy light makes me feel, oh yeah, I am actually sexy, and I'm doing it for me and not through the validation of others, seeing how many people will like me in my underwear with my bum hanging out. I don't need people to click on it and like it and be like, oh yeah, you got a nice ass. I don't need that, because I'm getting my sexiness from within, and that's how I'm feeling sexy at the moment, without a man, without having sex. And number 5, hopefully all the trolls will have gone by now. There's no shame in going down to Ann Summers, getting yourself some toys or something just to make you feel sexy again. And I know I did that video on porn, but if people want to watch, porn or whatever, then, fair enough. Go for it. But ultimately, if you don't know what you like, you're not going to be able to tell a man what you like. You can't just be with a man and be like, yeah, just work it all out. That's not how it works. You have to know what you like as a person, what your fantasies are, what you like sexually, because if you don't know, you will not be able to tell that to a man. I think, obviously I'm not a scientist, but sex drive for a woman is something that if you're not really doing it, it can drop off. It's not like men where it's kind of there. For women, if you're not really being sexy, it can drop off. So you almost need to keep it at a certain kind of stage. So knowing what you like, learning about sex is really important during that single phase, because it's not something that you can just turn on when you meet someone. It has to be there constantly, and you have to work on it. And it is harder when you're single, because it's like, oh God, I've got to use my imagination again. But as I say, I talk about the female experience, and that's what it's like if you're single. I mean, you can't expect people to be single to just not feel sexy at all. My body has changed, and accepting that's fine, because I'm not running around trying to get 25-year-olds to like me. The person that I end up with will like me for me, and like me for how I express myself, and not for having this perfect body that every single person on Instagram will fancy. The person that I end up with will like me because I'm funny and kind of nice to be around, I think. Definitely learning to be more comfortable in your body will help you. and I've done a video on that. I think I don't know, I might put all my videos in like a single playlist, I don't know. But accepting your body for how it is at the present moment is the key to happiness. Accepting, this is my body at the moment, this is what I look like. I'm working on getting healthier, and ignoring any outside influence of people that try and bring me down. And remember that having a man doesn't make you sexier, because being sexy comes from within, and you need to feel that without a man to feel happy.